Avoid selfishness at all costs that you can. Selfish people are going to exist around your friends, around your family, around the people that you work with. Get away from them and recognize it early, because you never get anywhere being selfish. Yeah, while you might have everything that you want and cater to yourself, cater to your own needs, cater to your own well-being, in the end, all that all that is it's a pressure cooker. And see, people who are selfish never get anywhere. You could be selfish and not even know it just by your actions. You know, everybody has their own agenda, believe it or not. Even kids have their own agenda. Men have their own agenda. Women have their own agenda. Your supervisor, they have their own agenda. Everybody got their own agenda. It's a lot of people that don't have a profound respect for the way somebody feels. They could care less. So their intentions are automatically going to be to stab you in the back and not think twice about it. And it doesn't even have to be stabbing in the back. It can be in the case where you actually need something and you expected that person to be there and they don't even give 2 ounces about how you feel. Those are the type of people that you need to separate yourself from. And it doesn't necessarily have to be you cutting them off. But you cutting them off, believe it or not, that's going to be selfish. You cutting a person completely off, that that is selfish, believe it or not. It's all right to peek your head in every now and then, but if you choose not to be partake in that person's selfishness, you don't have to be around it. You have to be able to recognize that early, and it doesn't have to be you. Uh, it doesn't have to be you being so nonchalant and so quiet to the point where you don't have anything to say. But you can't let people's selfishness dictate you. A lot of people they let so many situations involving selfishness dictate them. If you have a female, you're the man of the house, and you feel like that woman is taking advantage of you and not doing nothing, say something about it. If you have a girlfriend and you feel like, she's not putting in anything and you giving it your all in that relationship, and it doesn't even have to be about money, it could be about, the quality of the relationship, put it out on the table. And I'm not going to necessarily say, just break up with the female because I don't know your relationship. as to with the woman. A woman has to understand if a man is just taking from her, shit, you got to let his ass go. Or if the relationship is curable or fixable or whatnot, put it out on the table. And some people, like I said, they're gonna think that you're selfish. They're gonna think that, hey, what's wrong with you? After you've given them so much, after you put so much into something, then guess what? They're gonna start talking about you. They're gonna start to say all these nasty things about you. They're gonna try to, cap on you. You gotta expect that. I've ran into plenty of situations where I felt like, because I try to cut it off early. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind helping people out. I don't mind helping people out. If a person need a place to stay for a while or something like that, or if they need a few dollars or something like that, I don't mind helping a person out. Or if they need a job somewhere or something like that, and using me as a reference or something like that, I don't mind doing that. But if you're going around and you getting fired for these jobs, guess who that makes look bad? And they don't call me for a reference. Not you necessarily. Makes me look bad. If I've given you, money to take care of whatever essential stuff that you need to take care of, and you spend it within 24 hours, and it's a substantial sum of money, guess who's selfish? That's you. Guess who? And you coming back to me too. And rightfully so. If usually it's family that does that. It's family that does that. They'll come back again and make all these empty promises. When you tell them no, watch their reaction. They don't have a poker face by the least bit. They're gonna give you that look like, what? You told me no? No is harsh. No, some people can't handle no. They can't handle a shut door. They can't handle rejection. They can't handle it. They can't handle that sort of thing because they're so used to munching off of you, playing on your emotions, doing everything that they can to manipulate you, doing everything that they can to, use that psychology on you. Selfishness is in this world right now. Why do you think so many people resort to dating apps, resort to online, resort to doing their relationships that way? And if you met a female online and y'all are happily ever after, I'm not talking about you, but who I am talking to are the people that meet up with a guy or they meet up with a girl, and in your heart of hearts that this ain't going nowhere, but you're playing on that woman or that man's emotions. It's going to be really both of y'all fault. It was your fault for not recognizing it earlier to where she was able to use you. You might have met up with one of the IG thoughts or something in which you thought that it was going to go somewhere. Your intentions in the back of your mind was to actually get with this female. Unfortunately, she don't see it that way. and vice versa for men. And guess what? She tells you flat out, I don't want nothing. Then you get this rage in your system of saying, you know what? Well, F you. When you thought it was actually going to go somewhere. It's selfishness on both ends. I don't have any remorse for anybody who doesn't exercise their common sense in order to see something like that. Another situation is when you're at a job. They clearly see that you overexerting yourself. You're working your hardest. You're pretty much the asset. You the uh you the MJ of the company. You the LeBron James of the company. You the Giannis of the company. That ship don't float without you. You want to take a day off, handle your business, barely spending time with your family. And then guess what? They start to treat you different. Don't even talk to you the same because you can recognize, if you really can recognize common sense and you can recognize people's actions, you can recognize people's body language, how they talk to you on the phone. That's why it's good to keep, archive text messages. Look at the style of the text message, how, let's say a supervisor or somebody, a coworker that you work with, how they talk to you in the beginning, how the conversation is, long. It might even sound a little bit happy, but then as you begin to recognize that, okay, this person is possibly using me, this person probably possibly taking advantage of me, this person, you checking that person at the front door. Watch how their actions are. They barely don't even want to really say anything. They don't even talk to you the same. Got to recognize that. And then I remember one time I was at a company one time and I was doing the majority of the work. I was doing the majority of the work. And I found something better. Put a 2 weeks notice in. And the guy said, well, you don't even need to come back. You know what I told him? Give me a lawyer. Now they do have a right to tell you not to come back. But I was willing to fight that because you're not going to sit there and be selfish like that just because I told you that I'm about to leave. It happens like that. You have people like that. They want to use you and use you all up. I remember one time there was a friend of mine. He worked for the VA. It was in the Veteran Affairs, the hospital, and he was doing. I mean, he was wearing many hats in that whole entire facility. He was working in the kitchen. He was doing this position, doing that position, wearing different hats. Well, somebody came in and he trained another person, and then next thing you know, that person ended up making more money than what he made. That's what I mean. You have people like that. You have everybody out there that is gonna do stuff like that to you, and you got to check it at the front door. If it's something that you involved in and you sense selfishness, get up out of it. If something don't feel right, if something's eating at you, get out of it. Because then you're being selfish towards yourself, within yourself. You know, it's all type of selfishness. Even, you know, I revert back to the social media, the social media world, because we have a lot of individuals on social media that are into themselves and don't care about what you think, don't care about nobody's feelings, don't take nothing into account about nothing. Those people you got to watch out for. Those people you got to watch out for. You got to watch. You got to watch out for those people that you already know. You could recognize it, not social media, but you could already recognize it from the beginning. Oh, hey, I need this. Hey, I need that. Yeah, it's all right. Be given a couple times, it's cool. But then you got to raise a question. Uh, or no, matter of fact, don't even raise the question. You know what you could do? You could be like, hey, I need a favor. Ask them for a favor. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be able to do it for you. They're not going to be there for you. Or even better yet, tell them, okay, well, hey, man, I'm in the hospital. Are they going to rush to your aid? Nope. Not going to be there. And then you knew what it was from the beginning. You knew what it was from the beginning. I'll take all of that into consideration. And some of y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen to what a person truly says. Y'all don't listen to what they say and how they say it. And some people like, well, Polo, what are you talking about? A woman wants you, right? She might want you for everything except the sex. But you try to take her out. You try to go places with her. She don't want it. She'll make up an excuse. Oh, I gotta work. All this. But she needs some money. She needs a ride. She wants you to come to her gathering. Barely has anything to say to you. She don't want you. She want what you got because you probably have more than her, but she's not intrigued by anything that you have. Meanwhile, somebody else is getting up in that. Somebody else is hitting that. And that dude probably ain't got nothing. It's the same thing with the female to a man. She probably getting bowed out by the dude. That dude don't want her. All he want to do, I mean, yeah, he'll sleep with you and everything like that, but that's about it. He don't want nothing else. Meanwhile, he up in there living his life, having his cake and eating it too. You up in there struggling. You up in here going through this. You up in here going through that. That relationship ain't of no substance. Because he don't want nothing from you except probably material things. And he don't even want sex neither. You got to recognize selfish, and you got to recognize it early. Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. Like this video, share it, subscribe. Also hit them notifications too. Till then, man, I'm going to holler at y'all.